Hey, loves. Paula here with the Healed Love Languages. I'm your nurse, your health coach, and your truth-telling big sister. I want you to grab your water, your coffee, your tea, whatever it is your favorite mug today, hot chocolate, chai latte. Just listen in, relax that jaw, breathe, and we're going to heal. We're going to follow up today on the episode how your childhood wounds are still choosing your relationships and your friendships today, even if it's 25 years later. But we're going to talk about how we can stop allowing that to happen. It might offend your trauma, but if it does, please stay with me. That's all in love and all in growth, because the single concept changed every relationship in my life. And I want it to do the same for you. And here's the truth. You are not attracted to what's healthy. You're not attracted to what's healthy, at least not at first. You are attracted to what's familiar, what you are used to. Familiarity and compatibility are two completely different things. And if you don't heal your childhood keeps choosing your friends, your partners, your bosses, your church, your coworkers, even the people you defend online. Today's episode is about breaking that cycle, because I don't care how many relationship books you've read. If your nervous system still mistakes chaos for connection, you're going to keep calling trauma chemistry. Let's get into it. Your brain is not looking for love. And here is something fascinating. Your brain has one primary job, not happiness, not romance, not butterflies. It is safety. And the problem is your brain defines safety as what it already knows. If you grew up with an emotionally unavailable father, a critical mother, walking on eggshells, never knowing how they were going to show up, having to earn affection, you had to behave a certain way or do a certain thing, or you were ignored when you expressed your feelings, being the peacemaker or feeling invisible, you would disappear and nobody would really even notice. Your brain doesn't think, I never want that again. It thinks, I've seen this movie before. I know how to survive this, which is why healthy people often feel boring, slow, nice. You say things like, I don't know. There's just no spark. No, there's just no cortisol. So big difference. Some of you don't have butterflies. You have anxiety wearing a fake mustache. When you keep picking the same person wearing different clothes, ever notice that it's in a different city, maybe a different age, different career, different face, same relationship? It's almost impressive. And one may be a little more extreme than the other, but there's still some level of emotional unavailability there. It just so happens to wear different boots this time. Another woman who communicates with smoke signals and confusion. How you're wondering, how does this keep happening? Because trauma isn't looking at appearance, it's looking for patterns. And your subconscious mind says, I know this personality, not because it's healthy, because it's unfinished. We are unconsciously trying to recreate childhood, hoping this time that we finally get picked. We finally get heard. We finally get loved. The little girl who couldn't get dad's attention, the little boy who only got mom when she was being critical, keeps dating men and women who are emotionally absent. The little boy whose mother only showed affection when he achieved something keeps chasing women he can never quite please. And it's not stupidity, it is conditioning. Trauma doesn't only choose romantic partners. And this is where people miss it. Childhood wounds choose your friends. You keep surrounding yourself with people who interrupt you because nobody listened growing up. You tolerate gossip because dysfunction felt normal. You stay loyal to people who use you because love requires sacrifice, always. You become everyone's therapist because that's who you had to be as a child. You overwork because your value came from performance. You basically avoid conflict because conflict was never safe. Your childhood isn't just dating, it is managing your entire social circle. The signs that your childhood is still driving, and we're going to play a little game, no prizes, just healing. I want you to raise your hand. Unless, of course, you're driving, do you immediately explain away red flags like he had a rough childhood? She's just stressed. He didn't mean it. She'll change. It's interesting because do you confuse inconsistency with mystery? Do you emotionally available people feel too much? Do you think calm equals boring? Do you overshare immediately hoping they'll stay? And do you panic when someone doesn't text you back? Or do you feel responsible for fixing everyone? If you're saying yes, your inner child may still be interviewing candidates instead of your healed adult. And we're going to talk about the most important part of this podcast today, how to stop letting trauma, choose. And here is where the healing becomes practical. Number one, become curious instead of defensive. Instead of asking, why do I always attract narcissists? Ask, what feels familiar about this person? That's a much better question. There's always a very revealing answer. Number two, pay attention to your nervous system. Healthy love often feels peaceful, predictable, consistent. Your trauma may call it boring. Give it time. Peace is an acquired taste, especially after all you've experienced is drama, not ever knowing what you are going to get from one day to the next between your parents. Number three, stop confusing potential with character. Potential doesn't love you. Character does. Potential doesn't apologize. Character does. Potential doesn't build marriages. Character does. And number four, get comfortable disappointing people. Sometimes as people pleasers, we get so upset that we're going to hurt someone. Be okay with that. You're going to hurt someone. That they're not holding your best interests at heart, it is okay. If they are just talking about potential, if they're not doing things to harm you and not apologizing, get comfortable disappointing people. Healing requires boundaries, and boundaries exposes users. Healthy people will they'll show up. Unhealthy people will accuse. And that is valuable information. That is how to know the difference. Number five, choose people who make you feel safe, not people who make you feel activated. There's a huge difference. One heals your nervous system, the other keeps it addicted. Once you start putting these into place, what healing will actually look like, and it's not becoming perfect, it is noticing, it's catching yourself saying, this feels familiar. And that's exactly why I need to slow down. Take your time. And if they rush you, you don't need to be with them. Healing is no longer chasing people who make you question your worth, which we love to do, because if it turns out again that they chose us, then we will feel like we are worthy as a child. Healing is also believing actions more than words. It's realizing that consistency is attractive, accountability and kindness are attractive, emotional availability is super attractive. You don't lose chemistry, you redefined it. And I want to leave you with this today. Your parents may have introduced you to your first experience of love or the absence of it. You do not want them deciding every relationship for the rest of your life. And that responsibility now belongs to you. Your childhood explains your patterns. It does not excuse them forever, because every healed decision you make changes your future family tree. Maybe your children won't grow up chasing unemotionally unavailable people because they watched you become emotionally available. And maybe your grandchildren won't confuse anxiety with love because someone finally broke the cycle. Make that someone you. If today's episode challenged you, send it to someone who's ready to stop choosing familiar pain and start choosing healthy love. Don't gatekeep on this information, you guys. Share it. Please follow the podcast so you'll receive updates every time I upload a new episode. Leave a review. I would greatly appreciate you leaving a review, good or bad, and let me know how this is working or is not working for you so that I can improve where I need to make improvements and be happy for the ones that everybody's enjoying. Would love to hear your feedback. And if you want to go deeper, check out my book, The Healed Love Languages, or my website, paulalowebsn.com, where I explore how childhood wounds shape adult relationships and how to build kind of love that no longer requires you to abandon yourself to keep someone. And remember, heal, choose better, and love better. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Sunday. Relax, do some self-care, just chill today. Bye, loves.